So this video, I'm talking about my pick for the best exercise for leg and butt development. Now, is it squats? Is it deadlifts? Is it hip thrusts, which are so popular these days? Is it lunges? Actually, my pick is none of the above, which for some people might be seen as sacrilege because there are a lot of people out there who think that squats are the king of lower body exercises and there's absolutely nothing better than just plain old barbell squats. But I would have to disagree because my pick for the best bang for your butt leg and butt development exercise are very simple vertical jumps. Now, vertical jumps fall into a category called plyometrics, which require really explosive movement. And extraordinary claims tend to require extraordinary evidence. And for me to say that vertical jumps are a better exercise than squats or deadlifts, I have to back that up, and I'm going to. Now, you need only take a look at the lower body development of high-level sprinter or gymnast to see that they have remarkable leg and butt development, very often comparable to that of a high-level natural bodybuilder. And their regimes revolve around very high intensity plyometric type movements. And so if you're looking for the ultimate in lower body development, it'd be a good idea to take into consideration exactly what it is that they do. Now, I have a slight bias as well, because as someone who's on the taller side, I'm 6 feet tall and who has some pretty good leg development, plyometric movements like vertical jumps were key in helping me building my legs from the skinny bamboo sticks that they originally were. But there's more to it than that. Not only can vertical jumps help you build fantastic lifting legs and butts, it can also help you increase athletic performance, help you lose weight and burn more fat, and it can even help prevent osteoporosis. So stay tuned as we roll the credits so you can talk more about why it is that you need to have this exercise in your routine. So in this video, I'm talking about why it is that I think explosive vertical jumps are the #1 exercise for building really great legs and a great butt. But before I go any further, I thank everyone for all the tremendous support, especially those who should be a one-stop place for those interested in training naturally and without drugs. Thanks so much for tuning in, and do be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you're first one to get the new content as it comes out. So on to my pick, vertical leg jumps. Why is it the best exercise for lower body development? Well, it turns out, as someone who is 6 feet tall with really skinny legs, the addition of plyometrics to my high intensity training was pivotal in me really being able to see a significant difference in my overall leg development. Now, within my own experience, when I started training in ninjutsu, there was a lot of plyometric work. It was called tobijutsu, the art of learning how to jump. And it was extremely based on plyometrics, really explosive jumping movements, sometimes even holding bricks in your hands. And what that did, and what I saw, was that my legs got significantly bigger from doing it. And so I always made sure within my high intensity training routines, I always included some form of plyometric work. And I've been using plyometrics with my clients for the past 30 plus years. And it's hard to put into words just how effective they have been in terms of overall results. So let's break down the mechanics of a properly executed explosive vertical jump in the context of a high intensity training protocol and show how it generates a really powerful eccentric contraction. Now, from a squat position, when you jump up, you first are going to have to overcome the pull of gravity upon your body to become airborne, which is a very powerful concentric contraction. And the heavier you are, the more force you're going to need to lift off the ground. Now, once you're in the air, gravity will be pulling you downwards, and the higher you jump, the faster you're going to be coming down and the more force you will be generating when you return to the ground. Thus, when you touch down, as you're still accelerating, you'll be landing with more force when you took off, creating a significant eccentric contraction. Now, as you hit the floor, energy will be absorbed first by the soles of your feet, then by your ankle, knees, and hip joint flexation as you descend back into the squat position. As these joints undergo flexation, the muscles and tendons will lengthen and stretch as they develop the tension during that powerful eccentric contraction. When the tension becomes large enough, your movement downward will stop, and then your muscles will immediately switch to a momentary isometric contractions where all movement will stop for an instant and then undergo another strong concentric contraction to push you back up into the air for your next jump. As your muscles, tendons, and connective tissue release the energy they absorbed as they shorten from the elongated state. Now, because tendons can store a tremendous amount of energy when forcefully stretched during the eccentric contraction that occurs when you landed, the next concentric contraction that propels you back into the air will include much of the energy stored from the landing, making your leg and calf muscle contract even more so than they did on the first jump. This is one of the key points behind plyometric movement. Now, if you look at a sprinter, for example, who does a tremendous amount of plyometric work, they tend to have a higher proportion of fast twitch muscle fibers and thus greater muscle development than, let's say, a long distance runner. They look very different. Now, there are two main kinds of skeletal muscle fibers: fast twitch, type 2, and slow twitch, type 1. There are some subgroups, but to simplify everything, slow twitch muscle fibers are the ones that enable us to perform ongoing and steady state activities like distance running or walking, and they don't tire very easily. Fast twitch muscles, however, are the fibers that enable us to perform short and powerful movements like sprinting or intense weight training, and they tire very quickly compared to slow twitch muscle fibers. Now, slow twitch muscle fibers don't hypertrophy or get bigger as fast twitch muscle fibers do. And in keeping with the laws of general adaptation, the more you do a particular activity, the more your body tries to adapt to increase the number of slow twitch or fast twitch muscle fibers to be able to perform the activity as efficiently as possible. Now, most people have a fairly even distribution of fast twitch to slow twitch muscle fibers, but the key to making your body develop more fast twitch muscle fibers is to perform exercises that recruit them as much as is possible. And these fibers are activated when the body is at or near maximal exertion and are the main fibers used to produce force in ballistic movements such as plyometric vertical jumps. Add to it the intensity generated when performed for several repetitions, approaching the point of even momentary muscular failure, and you have all the criteria that you need for maximum fast twitch muscle fiber development. Vertical jumps are also the perfect exercise for an untrained man or woman to develop their lower body strength and leg and butt muscles. For experienced trainers and athletes, it's an even better deal, as trained men and women would be able to jump higher and longer than an untrained individual, and the higher jump would lead to an even greater eccentric contraction during the exercise. It requires no equipment and you don't need a gym. In fact, when I'm on vacation, explosive vertical jumps are almost always a part of my workout routine. Now, as much as it might sound like the evidence for explosive vertical jumps as the best exercise for leg and butt muscles are set in stone already, there are even more benefits. Bear in mind that the cardiovascular system supports the muscular system. So a strong stimulation of the muscular system to the point where the body would need to adapt will also result in increase in overall cardiovascular ability as well. Because the demand on your body is so great during an anaerobic movement like explosive vertical jumps, it can also lead to an increase in overall fat burning post-workout. If you train intensely enough, one of the physiological effects is called excess post-exercise oxygen consumption, or EPOC. Here's the thing. After an intense bout of several sets of intensive explosive vertical jumps, your body will be far from its normal resting state, and you will most certainly be huffing and puffing. And of course, your legs might feel like jelly. Now, in order to get back to a state of balance called homeostasis, your body has to use oxygen, more oxygen than normal, and in so doing will burn more calories than normal, which can thus lead to greater fat mobilization several hours after the workout, as it will take some time to get back to full homeostasis if the workout is intense enough. Furthermore, your body also has to expend more energy to rebuild those damaged muscle fibers. And of course, the additional muscle it builds will require more calories daily to maintain. One of the other really important benefits of explosive vertical jumps is the fact that they decrease the risk of osteoporosis. The series of eccentric heavy movements that occur while doing a vertical jump can lead to significant muscle development of the entire lower body. And the high compressive pressure of the movement causes changes in the fluid pressure in your bones, which in turn creates microfracture that triggers an adaptation response for increasing bone strength and density. So in the same process that your muscle fibers go through, whereas they're damaged and they build themselves to be stronger than they were before, the same happens for your bones as well, making it not only an effective leg and butt exercise, but also a truly effective exercise to help reduce the risk of osteoporosis and building stronger bones. Over the course of my career as well, I cannot understate how important vertical jumps have been for my own development. And I strongly encourage you to have it as a tool in your toolbox as well. So keep on training hard. Know that I believe in you. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, Excelsior.